I want him back desperately. I want him back desperately. I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't think it was that bad. I put it down to his workload and the stress he was under to meet certain deadlines. We'd been together 2 years, and I thought I knew him, but now he's gone, and it looks like it's permanent. I want him back so desperately. There had been little signs for the last 3 months or so that things weren't quite right. But it didn't seem that bad. We were still communicating and having sex, great sex in fact, and he never complained about my demands or when I occasionally turned him down. It was the small things, like he didn't quite laugh as freely as he always did. We didn't discuss his work too much. It was like he didn't want to bring it home. I could understand that. In fact, I appreciated it because I really don't understand anything about architecture and drawings. Way beyond my copywriting skills. Besides, we never really spoke much about our work, except maybe to laugh about some of the characters we each worked with. Neither of us had ever discussed marriage or children, and I got on just as well with his parents as he did with my mom. There were no family issues that I was aware of. One day I got home from work to find he was home before me. I could sense there was something wrong. From the look on his face, I knew it was serious. I thought he may have been laid off. "What's wrong?" I asked. "We need to talk," he said. My heart turned to ice and my knees to jelly. From the tone of his voice, I knew this was something really bad. Had he been to the doctor and received bad news? Had he received bad news about his family? What could be that bad that we needed to talk? Then he hit me with it. "I've decided to leave you." Although he continued to talk, I never heard anything past that first sentence. My brain was too busy trying to work it out. Is that really what he said? Did I hear right? What does he mean? This couldn't be happening to me. I don't remember much more. I know I hardly said another word. I hardly heard another word, and then he said something like, "I've decided to leave immediately to make it easier for both of us. It's all been arranged, and I will come back in the morning to collect my stuff and be out of here by the time you get home." Then he left. That night I didn't sleep as my mind was in total turmoil. I couldn't possibly let him see me in the state I was in the next morning, and I definitely couldn't go to work. I left early to spend the day with my mum. The next few days passed in a haze, and I returned home 2 days later. Everything of his was gone. All that was left were his keys and a note to say that he had taken care of the rent for 3 months. The note ended by asking me not to contact him. I wanted him back so desperately, and I didn't know what to do. I needed to talk to him to find out what happened. Was that asking too much? I love him like I've never loved anyone else. What was I supposed to do? Just go on like nothing has happened? Pretend he never existed? I was going through a really hard time and I knew I was not coping too well. Should I phone him? Did he know that I wanted him back desperately, or did he think the lack of contact meant I didn't care? I had no idea what I was supposed to do to get him back. What was the next step? Then I bumped into an old girlfriend who I hadn't seen for years. She took one look at me and said I looked awful. It's nice to have honest friends. We had a coffee and I told her the whole story. She was fantastic, and it felt so good just to share with someone who listened without passing any comment or suggestion. By the end of it all, I felt much better as my tears had washed away all the tension from holding it in for so long. Finally she asked me if I want him back. I said yes, I want him back desperately. I will do anything just to find out what I did wrong. That's when she told me that she had been through something similar. Her situation was even worse because she had had an affair, yet she managed to get back with her ex, and they were happier than ever. They had been back together for over a year now and were getting married in 18 months. She told me exactly how she went about getting him back, and together we worked out a detailed plan that she thought would work for me. I followed this plan religiously, step by step, and it is working out exactly as she said it would. I would never have been able to do this without her help, and I am so grateful I bumped into her. We're not quite back together yet, but the signs are good. Myx and I have got together briefly on 4 occasions. I have made sure that these short meetings have not gone on longer than 45 minutes, just as she suggested, and I can tell that it's working. He definitely wants to see me again more often and for longer. But I'm sticking to the plan. He wanted his space, and I want him to have it so that when we do get together again, and we will, he will know this is exactly what he wants. There definitely is a certain magic in making up. I'm going through the whole process of falling in love with him all over again, and I can sense the same from him. I want him back so desperately that I am determined to stick to our strategy. I am not going to rush anything. Besides, I absolutely love the romance of dating all over again. Every day is exciting, and I go to sleep at night feeling like a lovesick teenager again.